I'm going to give you 6 reasons why it is advisable to include an explanation letter as part of your application process. Watch this video to the end to find out. All right, welcome back. My name is Dr. Justice Ogoro. I'm a licensed Canada immigration consultant, and I make videos to help you achieve your Canada immigration goals, as well as explore scholarship opportunity for research, masters, and PhD. Video, I want to talk about the benefits or importance of including an explanation letter as part of your application. Usually in the portal, for those who are submitting the application by themselves, the title will be explanation letter. For us consultants, they call it submission letter. I usually submit a well-crafted submission for my clients. So if you are thinking about submitting an application to Canada Immigration for either visitor visa, study permit, a permanent residence, it is important to include an explanation letter, and I'll tell you. First of all, why should you include an explanation letter? Because Canada Immigration knows that there are some areas that might not be clear and you need to shed more light on. You need to give some detailed explanation. That is the reason it is there. So if you are not taking advantage of it, you are doing yourself a great disservice. Now, so the first reason is clarity. It helps to clarify areas that might not be clear to the reviewing visa officer. Okay? You know it's not a face-to-face application. You submit your documents. It is what they see on your documents. They will judge you based on the documents that is in front of them. Sometimes, not everything is clear. And we submit a whole lot of documents, the form, supporting documents, several things. So if there is nothing to tie them all together, clarity becomes very difficult, okay? Then the next point is it aids understanding. It helps the reviewing visa officer to understand your application, to understand your documentation. Yes, I know the documents are there in front of them, but sometimes there are some things that are not very clear in your documents. So you need an explanation letter to draw the reviewing officer's attention to provide more clarity. Okay? So the third reason why you should include an explanation letter in your application is to clear ambiguity. Let's say, for example, you are submitting a bank statement, and then in one of the banks, you have a name before you got married. You are using your maiden name. And then when you got married, you started using a different bank account with a different name. So when you put those two bank accounts together, the visa officer is seeing your maiden name and your name that you changed after you got married. So how do you tie this together? An explanation letter explains everything. It clears any ambiguity. And fourth point is it aids the review process and makes the visa officer's job easier. Imagine a situation whereby you are reviewing documents and things are confusing, scattered here and there, different documents, and there is nothing to tie them all together. It becomes much more difficult for the visa officer to try and figure out what you're trying to say, to try and figure out what is your proof of fund, to try and figure out what do you do for a living, to try and figure out your reference, different things. So if there is any area that you feel, okay, I need to just shed more light on this, an explanation letter is the best way to do that. And it helps the visa officer's job. And I'll tell you what benefit that will bring, which leads me to the fifth point. Making the visa officer's job easy to review, easy in terms of reviewing your application, it creates a good feeling in that person. We're all human beings, you understand? So when somebody is reviewing your application and everything is detailed, explained, to clarify, for them to understand, to make it easier for them to review, the person reviewing your application is definitely, like, it gives them a wow feeling. Oh, this application, well defined and all. Who knows? Who knows? It might just give you an edge, a little bit of an edge. I'm not saying that is why your application is going to be successful. I'm saying on top of fulfilling every other thing, give the officer a good feeling. Make his or her job easier. And then who knows? It might positively translate into the outcome of your application. But you must meet all the other requirements, okay? And then the last point, why it is important to include an explanation letter, is that if the visa officer is unclear about what you have written, if the visa officer is not sure about what you have written, it may lead to delays. They might come back to you and say, this is not clear, this is not clear, where is this, where is that, okay? It delays your application, you understand? And that is not good if you are working on a timeline. You want to come and resume, and the clock is ticking, resumption is getting close at hand. Having such back and forth or asking for more document or more explanation delays the process. The sixth reason why you should include an explanation letter is that it may cause delays if some things are not clear to the officer and they don't want to take a decision based on that ambiguity. They will come back to you. They're most likely going to come back to you to say, this is not clear, or explain further what you have submitted. And so in that process of going back and forth, there might be some delays, okay? So these are the 6 reasons why it is important for you to include an explanation letter along with your visa application. I hope you enjoyed the video. Kindly subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon so you get notified each time I upload a new video. If you're interested in Canada immigration, you will find instruction in the description of this video on how to get a free Canada immigration evaluation from me. Also, you find instruction on my coaching program on how to get scholarship for research, masters, and PhD. Thank you very much. I'll see you in the next video.